Taxes. They say the more you make, the more they take. And that's not necessarily true. I'm going to show you today by the numbers on how you can save money on taxes by using real estate. Welcome back to REI Simplified, where we break down the complex concept of real estate for the beginners like you and I to help get you started in real estate. Here we go. So on my screen today, we have a breakdown of the basic differences of how a W-9 employee receives their money after taxes versus how a business or a self-employed receives their money pre-tax, okay? So look to the left of the screen. We're going to use good round numbers to make this simple. So let's say for this example, trying to compare apples to apples, you have the W-9 employee who makes about $25 per hour. That employee works about 40 hours a week, making about $1,000 for that week. There's 4.3 weeks in a month. So that would put that employee working about 172 hours that month, making about $4,300 before taxes. Before taxes, they have not received their check. Now, before they receive their check, their money for that month, the government and their employee have withheld their taxes. So that's going to include the Medicare, Medicaid, insurance, everything else. And for round numbers, I'm going to use a 30% withholding. Okay, so it may be more for you, maybe a little bit less, but here we go. So let's say that employee, every penny they made that month was taxable. All $4,300 is now taxable. At 30% being withheld, that would be a withholding of $1,290. That would leave that employee with actual spending money, actual check of $3,010. Now, that employee thought they were working for $25 an hour. However, if they worked 172 hours that month and brought home $3,010, they actually received $17.50 per hour for their labor. All right. Now let's look to the right side of the screen. And I'm going to show you, generally speaking, using round similar numbers, how a business receives their money and then pays taxes. This is how we do this. This is how for all businesses and self-employed owners that I know of, this is how we pay taxes. So let's say, hypothetically speaking, my business, for example, we don't work 40 hours a week. We may work 3 hours, 5 hours, 10 hours, 17 hours. Different weeks are going to require different amounts of our time, but it's never, more than 20 hours a week. So I'm going to use 10 hours a week for us working. And let's say for the sake of numbers, we make the exact same as the employee does, which is $1,000 that week. Now, again, there's 4.3 weeks in a month. So that puts us working 43 hours that entire month, giving us $4,300 for the entire month. We're still same here. Now, how this works as far as paying taxes is we receive all $4,300 of the money that comes into our business. Now, the government says that I'm able to use business money to pay for business expenses. Well, the unique thing about real estate is no matter where I go, there's real estate. There's land, there's apartments, there's restaurants, there's structures that can be purchased, there's negotiations that can be made. So no matter where I go in the world, there's going to be real estate. And I can always talk to somebody about opportunities in the area. So that being said, travel expenses, gas, restaurants, you name it. If it's pertaining to the business and is for business cause, for business purposes, the money utilized to do that event is now a tax write-off event. So, and another thing, let's say this YouTube video I'm making right now, this is for business purposes. So the clothing I'm wearing, the haircut, whatever it is, that's now a business expense. So that is money that can be used with business money. Correction. Those are costs that can be utilized with business money for business purposes, which brings down my taxable income. So here's how this works. So we received $4,300. We wrote off about $3,870, which is 90%, give or take, of what our income was for that month. That leaves us taxable income of $430. So just to go back, the employee, all of their income was taxable. For the business owner, only the amount left over after taxes, after the expenses were paid is what is taxable. So now the government will tax the business at that 30%, which is $129. So the employee received $4,300, the business received $4,300, the business had write-offs, the business paid $129 on $4,300 of potential income, which after after expenses went down to $430. However, that employee paid 30% on the full amount, which means he paid $1,290, which is 10 times more than what the business owner paid after business expenses were paid out. So again, trying to compare apples to apples. Based on the amount of hours worked that month, based on the amount of income received that month, the employees worked for about $17.50 an hour. The business, using these numbers, would have worked, give or take, quote unquote, work, and made $97 per hour for their efforts. So that was a quick rundown, very elementary, on how taxes can be minimized or mitigated using business write-offs. I want to say I am not a CPA. Anything that you have questions about as far as legal and write-offs in your state, your city, consult a CPA. Do not say Adam said. This is what our CPA has helped us do. I've read many books on this, and this is what has legally helped us mitigate, minimize paying out too many taxes on all the income from our real estate business. So, as always, if you found any value in this video, please like, subscribe, hit the little bell, get notifications every new video that comes out. We're putting out 2 videos per week, free content for you to help you get started in real estate. As always, my name is Adam Johnson. Thank you for your time. We appreciate you watching our video, and we'll see you next time.